Istanbul rises where Europe and Asia kiss across the shimmering waters of the Bosphorus. For nearly 2 millennia, this city has stood as the beating heart of empires, a crossroads of civilizations, faiths, and ambitions. Known first as Constantinople, then as Istanbul, it has witnessed the rise and fall of rulers, the clash of armies, and the quiet persistence of its people. Its skyline of domes and minarets tells stories of conquest, resilience, and enduring cultural fusion. The story begins in the 4th century. In 330 AD, the Roman Emperor Constantine the Great chose the ancient Greek colony of Byzantium as the new capital of the Roman Empire. He renamed it Constantinople and dedicated it with lavish ceremonies. Strategically located on a peninsula overlooking the Golden Horn, the Sea of Marmara, and the Bosphorus Strait, the city controlled vital trade routes connecting the Mediterranean to the Black Sea. It became the eastern anchor of the Roman world, a bridge between continents that no empire could ignore. By the 5th century, as the Western Roman Empire crumbled under barbarian invasions, Constantinople endured. It became the undisputed capital of the Eastern Roman Empire, what historians later called the Byzantine Empire. Under Emperor Justinian I in the 6th century, the city reached new heights. The magnificent Hagia Sophia rose as the greatest church in Christendom, its massive dome seeming to float on light, symbolizing divine glory and imperial power. Byzantine engineers fortified the city with the Theodosian walls, triple-layered defenses that would repel invaders for centuries. Constantinople was not just a political center, it was a beacon of Orthodox Christianity, classical learning, and sophisticated administration that preserved Roman law and Greek culture amid the chaos of the early Middle Ages. Life within its walls was vibrant and cosmopolitan. Merchants from Venice, Genoa, Persia, and beyond filled the markets with spices, silks, and precious metals. The Hippodrome hosted chariot races that stirred the passions of the populace, while the imperial court dazzled with ceremonies blending Roman pomp and Christian ritual. Yet the empire faced relentless threats. Arab sieges in the 7th and 8th centuries tested its defenses, and internal theological disputes over icons nearly tore society apart. Through it all, Constantinople stood as the bulwark of the Christian East. Turning point came in 1453. Young Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II, known as the Conqueror, set his sights on the prize. 53 days, Ottoman cannons, some of the largest ever forged, pounded the ancient walls. On May 29th, the city fell. The last Byzantine emperor, Constantine XI, died defending it. Mehmed entered Hagia Sophia, ordered its conversion into a mosque, and declared Constantinople the new capital of the Ottoman Empire. Conquest marked the end of the Byzantine era and the dawn of Ottoman dominance in the region. Sent shockwaves across Europe, closing the medieval chapter and opening the age of gunpowder empires. Under Ottoman rule, the city flourished once more. Named Istanbul, derived from the Greek Istanpolin, meaning to the city, became the seat of sultans who styled themselves as caliphs, heirs to both Roman and Islamic legacies. Suleiman the Magnificent in the 16th century expanded the empire to its zenith, and the city reflected this golden age. The Suleymaniye Mosque complex, designed by the great architect Mimar Sinan, rivaled Hagia Sophia in grandeur. Topkapi Palace served as the nerve center of governance, where viziers managed affairs stretching from Vienna to Baghdad. The Bazaar buzzed with traders, while the city's population swelled with Turks, Greeks, Armenians, Jews, and others living in relative harmony under the millet system. Istanbul's strategic position remained its greatest asset. The Bosphorus was the narrow throat through which Russian ambitions, Black Sea grain, and Mediterranean navies flowed. Controlling it meant dominating trade between East and West. Ottoman fleets projected power into the Mediterranean, while the city's harbors welcomed goods from the Silk Road and Indian Ocean routes. As European powers rose in the 19th century, Istanbul adapted. The Tanzimat reforms modernized administration, and new neighborhoods like Pera reflected growing Western influences with embassies, theaters, and boulevards. Yet the empire's decline brought challenges: corruption, nationalist stirrings among subject peoples, and military defeats. The 20th century brought profound change. After World War I and the collapse of the Ottoman Empire, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk founded the Republic of Turkey in 1923. He moved the capital to Ankara, but Istanbul retained its soul as the country's cultural and economic powerhouse. Hagia Sophia became a museum, symbolizing secular modernity, before later reverting to mosque status. The city grew explosively, its population now exceeding 15 million, blending ancient monuments with modern skyscrapers along the Bosphorus. Today, Istanbul continues its role as a bridge. The Blue Mosque and Hagia Sophia stand side by side, their domes echoing calls to prayer and the weight of history. Ferries cross the waters, carrying commuters between continents. In the markets and cafes, conversations flow in multiple languages. The city has absorbed waves of migration, hosted refugees, and navigated political shifts while preserving layers of its past, from Byzantine cisterns beneath the streets to Ottoman palaces overlooking the strait. Constantinople, Istanbul, endures not merely as a capital of lost empires, but as a living testament to human ambition and adaptation. Its between Europe and Asia has made it a perpetual stage for encounters, sometimes violent, often creative, that shape the world. As ships pass through the Bosphorus under the shadow of ancient walls and modern bridges, the city whispers that some places are destined to connect, transform, and outlast the empires that claimed them.